Will Congress start looking in the right places for UAP material? Will they start looking at all from tips that they're getting for UAP materials? Well, that is what Lue Elizondo says is happening. He says that they are going to have some classified meetings. They're going to get information, and they're going to start to get the information of exactly where to look. So the first thing we're going to do is look at these comments by Lue Elizondo, see what he says, come back afterwards, and then discuss it and see what we think. So I want to thank UAP James for posting this clip. Here it is.
I'm very optimistic that these briefings that we're going to be providing and some of those folks in the executive branch are going to be very helpful. Basically, help Congress look in the right places. Where is information been squirreled away? And where can Congress start asking for specific data, right? Also, I think it's important to highlight the fact that, there's been whispers that there may be new legislation. Wink, wink. I think that's great. And I think you should all be very happy with that.
Well, Lou is doing kind of what he does. He's been pretty vague and still giving information at the same time, right? The vagueness is, well, I hear you're getting some new legislation. Like, what does that mean? Are we getting the Schumer rounds bill? If so, in what form? How diluted will it be? Will it be what they actually asked for in the first place? And maybe that's partially what they're able to do. Now they're able to get that info and start looking in those spots, because David Grush now is working with Burleson, and I assume he's going to be in that room, and he's going to be one of the people that are talking to Congress, and then they're going to start knocking on doors, you would assume. My question is the same that I've always asked when it comes to this stuff. Like, all right, this has always been a scenario. Let's say that they get the information, and then the people know that they have the information and that they're going to start asking questions. Well, the first part of it is, why is anyone going to say anything? So if they go, okay, we know where to ask. So they go and they knock on the door and say, hey, we were told to ask you where this thing is, or this piece of information, or what is this detail of information here? What is that? Why does that person have to say anything except, well, I was told by people that have been paying my salary for a long time and who have essentially been running this thing to not say anything to you, because you probably won't be in office in 4, 8, 10 years from now, and they still will be running the show, so I'm not going to tell you anything. Or, it's one of those things where, okay, we found information, we found a thing where something is stored. They go, all right, well, we're going to go and check it out. How do we know that they're not going to get word that, hey, they know things are stored here, they're coming to look at it, they have warrants to look at it, let's get everything the hell out of there? The argument could be, well, if there's things that are just too big or there's just too much of it, they don't have enough time to do it. But it's one of those things, and I can't remember if it was Burchett or whoever it was saying, like, when they got the clearance and when they were able to do whatever they were able to do. They can't announce it or do anything else. They just have to go. They just got to stomp the door down and say, this is what we were told to look for. We have the right to be here. We are going to look for stuff. Get out of the way. And that won't happen. But there's a lot in that 25 or 30 second thing that Lou says that you're just like, okay, well, the first thing that is interesting is that they are getting together, and Burleson has said as much, that these things were happening. Luna posted that thing that there was going to be things that are going down and happening. So the meetings are indeed happening, right? It is, and I think it looks like Burleson's crew is the one who's kind of taking the lead, because once he announced that David Grush was coming on board, that's when this stuff started to really take shape. And the fact, when is that bill or when is that legislation happening? Because the last couple of times, it didn't happen last year, but in 2022 and 2023, there were attempts at the bill, or there was an attempt at the end of 2023. No, the attempt in 2023, and then an early attempt in 2024. So I guess they can try it again, because Garcia tried at one point. It was shot down in a very partisan way. I wonder now what has changed and what information out there they're going to start putting. But what does it mean, though? Like, as far as public information goes, right? So let's say that they get into this classified room. they say, okay, look, we know where to look now. We know where to ask questions. What happens there? Is it classified stuff? They go and they ask questions, and then it's one of these kind of vague tweets like, well, we're really hopeful now because we've gotten some information, and now we're starting to talk to some people, and we think we're getting a little bit farther along than we were prior. Or is it look at what we found when we were here? Look at these things. Hey, Matt Laszlo, I'm going to give you an exclusive. This is what we just talked about. This is the things that we just figured out. And I don't know. It's interesting to see, though, that things are still happening on the Capitol. Things are still happening. They're still talking. They're still having the conversations. It wasn't just like, oh, we're bringing in Grush for a PR stunt. They are actually doing these things. Now, and then there's supposed to be a hearing. There's supposed to be that drone hearing that we talked about. And I'm going to bring that up in a little bit, and I'll have the video on that pretty soon. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'm just curious what this means for the overall. What does it mean? Does it mean that we're going to have actual information, or is it just going to be a bunch of nothing burgers? What say you? Put your thoughts in there. I want to know what you think as far as this video from Lue Elizondo, the fact that they're getting together. Who should be in that room? It obviously has to be Grush. It's most likely going to be Burleson because he's working for Burleson's office. It's going to be Lue, I assume. Is it going to be Luna? In what capacity are all these things going to happen? And who else is in that room? And what kind of information are they actually going to get? And are they starting to kind of chip down at some of the things that David Grush said under oath back at that hearing in 2023? I'm very curious to hear what you think. Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. As always, thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you can. And VIIA. I've told you about VIIA many times over. I hope you will check them out. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye. I get very excited every time I get a chance to talk about VIIA. Man, I love VIIA. 420, it's right around the corner. There's no better time to elevate your wellness routine, whether you want to relax, recharge, refocus. VIIA has the perfect lineup for you. If you haven't tried them yet, you're really missing out. I've been telling you about them for months. They are the best. I use them all the time. The sleep gummies, oh my God. I'm telling you. I just told my buddy Chris about them. He's going to get them soon. Whether you need to unwind, refocus, boost your mood, VIIA is here to enhance your everyday and night. It's trusted by over 500,000 happy customers. VIIA is changing the game in natural wellness, blending powerful, high-quality hemp-derived ingredients to deliver real, effect-driven benefits. Whether you're looking to sleep better, that's me, have better libido, improve focus, recover, or simply relax, VIIA has a tailored solution just for you. With products ranging from 0 to high cannabinoid levels, VIIA lets you fully customize your experience to fit your needs. Doesn't matter what you're looking to support. It could be your daily wellness routine, enhance focus and clarity, or unwind with deep relaxation. VIIA has you covered. I wonder if you wonder, what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I start? Take VIIA's product finder quiz to get personalized recommendations tailored to your needs. It can take less than 60 seconds to complete. So if you're 21 and over, treat yourself to VIIA's annual Spring 420 sale, Black Friday level savings up to 35% site-wide right now, up to 50% off packs and bundles, and get a free gift and more savings with your first order using our exclusive code DTE at the link in our description. Plus, enjoy free shipping on orders over $100. VIIA.